Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk Bulldog Tennis, and with us is head coach Mark Doren. And Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Obviously, your team off to a great start on the women's side, playing the conference schedule here in the fall, and two big wins this past weekend.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. A little nervous going into it. Previous years we play the ITAs before we start our GLIAC season, and this year it's a week later. So you don't get that extra practice before this conference season starts. But I was really proud of my girls.
Obviously, they put in a lot of time here in the offseason to get ready, coming in off last year when you were the interim head coach, and now into a permanent role. Maybe what's that offseason schedule been like for them?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I'm really proud of the hard work they put in during the summer. A lot of them are in the PTM program, so they have internships, so they're really busy during the summer. But you can tell that they took it serious and really worked hard and came back a much stronger team.
So we'll go to some of the highlights. We'll start with Saturday's match and playing outdoors against Saginaw Valley State, and a tough opponent to open the conference season.
Yeah, Saginaw Valley has always been a solid team. They have amazing fight, and that's kind of what we knew they were going to bring this weekend. They might not be as talented and deep of a lineup as ours, but they just fight for every point, and we knew that, and they didn't disappoint. They really came at us, but we really stepped up and played some solid tennis.
Got off to a great start in doubles play, and how important is that to get off to a great start and get that doubles point?
It's huge. With the new rules in the last year that we adopted, it means so much to get that doubles point, and it just starts the momentum of the match. And I thought that we really came out and showed a lot of fierce competitiveness out there, and really we're really aggressive, which we weren't as aggressive last year in doubles, and this year we're just much more aggressive in our the way we're putting away points is much better.
Obviously, going into that first match, always a challenge. You got players and maybe in some new rules and some new kids playing their first match of the year.
Yeah, we lost this year. We had 3 of the 6 singles players were different. We lost 2 seniors and a different person in the lineup, and a couple freshmen. And yeah, I think that they really came in and found their place and played great.
Obviously, taking on Saginaw Valley State in that first match of the weekend. Maybe the challenge going from playing outdoors then to Sunday, where you're playing back indoors.
Yeah, it's much different. It's usually a large advantage for us to play indoors. Home courts, they're a little faster, but it's tough when you play outdoors the day before with a much slower surface and then move indoors, so it's a lot different, but we made the transition really well.
We go to Sunday's match against the Northwood Timberwolves, a rival in the tennis world between Ferris State and Northwood that's been going on for many years, and always a great match.
Yeah, Northwood is always tough. They're our tennis rival. Since the early '80s, it's been a battle. And it had been a while since we beat them, so we knew that it was going to be a tough match. But we were so excited for the match that I really kind of could feel something coming.
They got the doubles point, but you certainly got a big performance in singles, came back and won 4 big matches in singles.
Yeah, the doubles was close. We were right there. We really could have easily won the doubles. A couple hiccups right at the end, but they were still excited, and it didn't bring them down. And then we had dropped 1 and 2 singles, so there were 4 people on the court, and 3 of those 4 matches went to a third set. So, it was really close, and to win those last 4 when we were down 3-0 and to pull out a 4-3 victory was so cool.
Maybe what's it like for those players on the court, knowing you're going to a third set, and obviously a lot of pressure riding on those outcomes?
Yeah, there's so much pressure, but that's what was so exciting, is to see the determination and just the focus from the 3 players that went to 3 sets. But a lot of it has to do with our crowd. We had a fantastic crowd. A lot of the PTM students and the men's team were there, and they just do such a great job of making our women feel so supported. And it gets kind of loud. That's another home court advantage we have because they're right on top of the court. So even Brittany Lavianta was on our 4th court, the farthest away, said that she just felt it. She felt the crowd and really supporting her, and she came through with one of the biggest victories of the season already.
For so many years, it's been Ferris and Northwood in GLIAC tennis, and obviously you hadn't beat them since 2004. What does that mean for the program?
Yeah, I didn't know the exact stat before, but then to be able to tell the ladies afterwards, that, and say that we lost 22 straight matches to Northwood, it's exciting. I feel like they know now that they belong. It had been a while since the Ferris women's team had really, competed at the top. And now they know they can compete, and it makes it just look at the future of the team and the rest of the season to know that we're in it to win it. So it's great.
What does it take to maybe carry over that momentum going from playing Northwood and getting the win to the rest of the conference season?
Yeah, what's great is there's still some things we want to work on. In this week, we have the ITA tournament. The ITA tournament is an individual tournament, but we're going to carry it into feel like it's still a team match. But it's something that we can still work on, those things that we struggled with this weekend. and then get ready for the following week where we get back into GLIAC and play Grand Valley. And Grand Valley, won the conference last year during the regular season, so we know it's going to be a tough match. But we're on a high right now. We get a weekend to practice and live match play and tone up some of our strokes and really get after it the next week. So it's going to be a great couple weeks.
Shifting gears here quickly to the men's side. Obviously, they had a tournament early in the year at Wisconsin Whitewater. Maybe talk about that performance.
Yeah, it's great. That first weekend to be able to get away with the men's team. The men, don't play much during the fall, but it's a great opportunity for some team bonding. 6-hour drive there and back, and then to get out there and play. And there's some really tough schools there. There's some NAI schools that have some different rules, so they have a lot of players on their team. The Cardinal Stritch team has guys that have played on the tour. They're on their team. And our top player, Pablo, went out and won the top flight. So I was pretty excited. And we had another new player on our team, Josh, that won his flight in singles and doubles. But it was a great feeling out process to kind of see where we're at. And we matched up with Grand Valley quite a bit there, and we got a bunch of wins against them. So it was a very successful trip.
Obviously, last year you gained a ton of experience being around the program as the interim coach. What's it been like maybe moving from that role to where you're at right now as the head coach for both teams?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a bit of pressure being an interim coach last year, but I tried not to treat it as much. So it's a similar role now, obviously a little bit more security, but I tried to make the players feel like I was all in last year and I'm all in this year, and it's been great. I really think that the team chemistry has been fantastic as the last year and a half has went on, and I think that we've really empowered a lot of the captains to play a huge role in the team, and I'm obviously there to support and coach as much as I am, but they really have all bought into their roles on the team, and that's what's been great.
How important is it to have maybe that tradition Ferris State has in tennis going back so many years?
Yeah, it's great. It's an advantage because of the confidence that we know that we've had this history. You look up at the banners and see all the dates and all the championships, which is great. But it also it's tough because every time we play somebody, we're on their hit list. They know that we're the team that has always dominated, especially in the men's side and for some years in the women's side. So, we're everybody's rival. But it's nice to, carry a little, confidence into every match and know that you're going to withhold and keep going with that tradition.
Obviously, last year the men's team had a great finish, made a nice run in the NCAA tournament. Maybe what's it take for both teams to kind of carry that over and continue that strong tradition?
Yeah, we lost our top two players on the men's team, but we've had some guys really step up, and they know that last year we lost in the second round of the NCAAs, and they don't want to lose again in the second round. I mean, obviously every year is to make it there, but we really feel that we can go farther this year. With our new players and our returning players. And the women's team, it's been a while since they've qualified. So I think this year a big win over Northwood, who qualified last year, just really makes us feel, really confident that, we could build off of last year's success and just keep going.
Well, Coach, congratulations again on the great start, and thanks for being with us here today.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.